Now, if you came in and you got an activity bag, inside the activity bag, I put an envelope. And on the envelope, I wrote, "Please wait to open," with a smiley face. So if you got the envelope and you were able to wait, could you get that out? And if you didn't get one because you didn't get an activity bag, you can just raise your hand and Mrs. Burke can bring you one. So now comes the fun part. You can open the envelope, but I'm going to ask a favor. When you get out what's inside, I just want you to hold it and not do anything yet. Just hold it, please. All right. So what did you find in there? Anybody tell me what you found in there? Yeah, go ahead.
Glow stick.
That's right, it's a glow stick. You know, when I was a kid and I got one of these, there weren't many around, and I thought it was the most fascinating thing, but now you see them a lot, but they're great. What do they do? Yeah, don't do it yet. You're right, they glow. They glow. They're not like a flashlight. When you turn a flashlight on, it'll put off some heat, and there's a light bulb there. But they glow, don't they? They're great for camping or taking a little walk at night. So this is what I want you to do first to have a little fun. I want you to hold your glow stick, and we're going to do a countdown, and we're going to wait for it to glow. Okay, Maddie? Okay, everybody? So we're going to hold the glow stick. We're just going to hold it, and we're going to do a countdown from 5. You can count with me. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, glow. Oh, is anybody's out there glowing? Mine is not glowing yet. Okay, so this is what we're going to try now. I think it would be nice if we actually asked the glow stick to glow. So on the count of 3, we're all going to say together, glow stick, glow. Okay, on the count of 3. Can you guys help me? Look intently at the glow stick when you say that. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Glow stick, please glow. Okay, is it working for anybody yet? No. Okay, I need some help out there. What do I need to do? I think somebody had an idea in the back there. Yes, yell it out. Okay, yep, okay, you're right. I heard Maddie say earlier you got to bend it, and you're right. You need to snap it, don't you? You got to bend it until there's a little capsule inside that snaps, doesn't it? Yeah, good. If you guys want to save it for later, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Yeah, I gotcha. That's a good, yes, that is a good reason. So you can save it or you can do it with me now, but I'm going to bend mine. And I'm going to break a little capsule inside, okay? And then that's going to let 2 liquids get together. I'm going to shake it. And it's daylight, so we have a little problem here. But if I could just put it in if I showed you, like, in between my hands. I shake it, and it's kind of glowing, right? There's a chemical reaction that's happening here. It doesn't put off any heat. And they actually call this, I think, chemiluminescence, for anybody out there that likes fancy words. This is chemiluminescence. So there's a chemical reaction happening. But what did we figure out? The glow stick couldn't glow until a person came along and bent it and broke the capsule, right? And started the chemical reaction. Otherwise, you know what, Maddie, this is good news. I could actually put this on the shelf in my house for years and it wouldn't do anything. It would just sit there waiting until someone came along and bent it and broke the capsule and started the chemical reaction, right? It needs a person, someone else, to come along and start that glowing process. Now, here's a question. Did you know that you and I are a little bit like this glow stick? Yes, maybe you know where I'm going. People, we're like this glow stick, aren't we? You see, we're made in the image of God, and some of you talked or listened and maybe talked about this at home when Mrs. Carrazza gave her a lesson today. We're made in the image of God. And in fact, in Genesis 2, we read that when God made Adam, he breathed life into Adam, right? And yet we also know that because of sin, even if we're alive and we're breathing, and God gives us every breath we have, that even if we're alive and breathing and walking around, we might not have the true life and the relationship with God that we were made for. And we're like this glow stick. We need our life to come from outside of us. It doesn't just come from inside us. We need God to come from the outside and give us life. So you know what we often think? We often think we have to try and try to meet God's high standard by ourselves on our own. Or we have to do something, do better to earn God's love. We might try over and over to prove that we have enough faith, right? But here's the truth. Because of sin, we're not able to have that relationship with God until he reaches in to our lives and turns on that light inside of us. It makes it possible for our hearts to trust Jesus and to follow him and to shine that light to glorify him, and that's why we were made. But it's God who comes into our hearts and turns that light on. And you know what? He does that through the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, that person of the Trinity. And he is faithful to do that. And we can't see the Holy Spirit, right? We can't see the Holy Spirit. But we can trust that the Holy Spirit is at work in our hearts. And you'll know that when you have a desire in your heart to know God, right? To know him more. A desire in your heart to believe what he tells us, to follow him and to trust Jesus. And you know what? God knows we can't do it on our own. And we know, how do we know that? Because he sent Jesus, right? God the Son into the world to live that perfect life that no matter how hard we try, we can't live. And to take the punishment for us on the cross. And then to be raised from the dead so that we can have life and not have to be under the power of sin. So when we place our trust in Jesus, remember that through the Holy Spirit, he starts that process in our hearts, okay? He gives us the faith we need to trust and follow Jesus and to produce that fruit of the Spirit that we've talked about before, like love and joy and patience and peace. And you'll see that growing in your life through the power of the Holy Spirit. And that's such good news that God knows we need him, and he's the one who comes in from the outside. He doesn't leave us there. He comes in and he gives us the faith we need to follow Jesus and to bear good fruit.